all like that. Like it was just so target focused that it was just insane. Like how I couldn't stop thinking about that so tiny little spots. So.
Had you had surgery before? You hadn't had.
No.
Yeah, that makes it even worse.
Closest thing to that I'd had is when I had that motocross wreck, and I spent a few days in the cardiac floor in Iowa City, but I kept swearing I thought my toes had frostbite because like there was just I've always had cold feet anyway, and then add that little bit of extra pressure down there and stuff and that, so there were just so many little experiences in that I had no really clue what to expect. And then I'm nervous because I can't take it off and look at it because I've always been the guy that I'll unwrap it and wrap it back up again. And this one's a little bit tighter wrapping than I really wanted to try and mess with. So I guess I had a little close to Missouri at that whole show me stage. So. So do you do all 10 very often, or?
Maybe once every 6 months.
Okay. So it's not overly common.
Yeah.
Are they all such little whiny babies like I was?
You weren't a whiny baby.
I had to call your day off, and I felt like a dick for doing that. So
there's a reason why I give the number.
I figure it's just so you can laugh about the wussy that couldn't handle it. So.
No. I've been there before. I know that a lot of times just knowing something's normal can make you feel better about it.
That right there, it didn't stop the pain, but it stopped my neurologisis. Like, it was just that real weird concept of how the hell, how can this be this bad is what I kept telling myself, so. Went and got a shower right before I got. I'm like, if they got wet before I came over, I wouldn't be really mad, because it would help kind of soak that stuff loose here as you're getting ready to dig that out. It's funny how you didn't believe me. I tell them why my run streak ended, and I was talking to them like, no, really, what'd you do? And I'm like, the dude cut my toes open, peeled them back, and dug out the roots. And they're like, okay, no, really. And I'm like, never mind. I'm like, I'll find pictures of it eventually. I'll show you. But no, I really was thinking there was a good possibility by midnight the next day I was going to be able to hobble a mile run out of there, and I could barely hobble to the bathroom. It was pretty gross. And then I found myself walking on the sides of my feet, on the heels and the side, and it was throwing my ankles, my hips out, and it was just, my knees were hurting. It was just definitely not a fun day, and I kept swearing I was going to get bed sores from sitting around all the time, so. I'm not used to that, sitting around not doing nothing mode very well either.
Deep breath for me.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all.
You never know. Sometimes it's bad.
So gross looking. Now these are the ones that he's gonna hurt. That's the one's been bugging the crap out of that foot. It's that second one by the pinky. That'll be fun. Best part of the ran out of pain pills, so I was like, I'll go with it. I was taking them an hour ahead of schedule because I found I waited that full 6. It was kind of miserable. So I'm like, I'd rather have a really crappy day as I come over here to see you than having it miserable on the way in. So
looks good.
That actually does look surprisingly way better than I thought it was going to look. It's really kind of got some that nasty, gross dry on there, but that's to be expected, obviously. So I had so many people throwing a fit, going, "If you text me a picture of your damn toes, they're never going to speak to me again." I'm like, you're sick of this. One of my buddies was wanting to become a pediatrician, the baby doctor or whatever, and she'd been in during childbirth and was taking pictures of the placenta and all this kind of stuff. I thought, well, she'll be able to handle this. So I basically showed the video of me pulling off one of my toenails, and she almost threw up, and she didn't talk to me for 3 weeks.
I say there's some things. Everybody has that one thing that they can't handle.
Feet is one of those things most people can't do.
I would agree.
They can't handle the whole feet thing. So
it's frequently the toenails coming off will make a lot of people if they're squeamish.
Yeah. That's one of the big ones. Most runners, if you start running 1,500-mile races, you're going to end up losing toenails during the races and that kind of thing. And it's so miserable. And you show people that, they freak out. So I had somebody ask me last night if I end up with somebody new and we started making out and kind of getting a little hot and heavy, if they went down to try and suck on my toes, would I warn them before they got there? And I'm like...
So you don't have toenails?
Yeah, they don't have toenails before they got down there. And I'm like, well, first off, I'd like to think if somebody was that intimate. Oh, that was a little tempting. Sorry. That was that was fun. But that was that middle toe there that got me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like hopefully if I am that point, I will have known them well enough. They will have known I had no toenails. Like it won't be just like some random stranger I stumble across making out with at a bar that ends up want to suck on my toes. Because oh wow, that's fun.
Sorry.
Oh no worries about it. See, that big toe looks more gross, but I don't know if it is or not. It looks more gross. But she said basically the answer should have been no, just let her get surprised. I'm like, that's rude.
I think you'll be surprised at how everything will look after it's done.
Okay.
In general, I mean, this as far as
Oh, you mean it's fully healed
yeah,
up? Okay.
yeah.
Like, good, or I'll think it looks gruesome?
Good.
Okay. Because I kind of I was thinking, worst case scenario, I don't see my toes that often anyway. I wear shoes and socks quite a bit, so. And there's a handful of guys that I know that run without shoes, like this is a rocket, like with rubber mats on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And his daughter paints his toenails before races. Well, I can still paint my toes. Nobody's gonna know the damn difference if I really wanted to go that far. But I've never really thought I had great feet to begin with. So, and I've been a little in that gross part of feet, a little gross. I feel kind of like you said, most people are. So. The left one kept bleeding out on me quite a bit. Kept bleeding through. And that's when we did last, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's the one I started moving on you when I came out of anesthesia. I remember you guys yelling at me to stop moving. So I was like, oh shit. I didn't know where I was. I just started trying to move my feet. I was like, oh, that ain't good.
No, everything looks good.
Okay. That actually looks way better than I thought it was going to look. So.
At this point, if you want, you can wear Band-Aids on it. Some of them over there that are bleeding pretty good. You might.
Okay.
Band-Aids are a pain in the butt though on the toe.